Welcome, everybody, to another live edition of the Rockpile Daily Leadership and Motivation on a Friday afternoon here. I appreciate everybody tuning in. If you're watching on the replay, fist bumps to you out there. As always, as I start every video, make sure to go to my Facebook page, which is in the ticker across the screen. And you can follow me on all different social media outlets as well. So I want to share my screen. We've talked a lot about, in the last couple of weeks, we've talked about some leadership characteristics, some leadership values, some leadership attributes. So now what I want to talk about today are what are some of those qualities, what makes a good coach and what makes a good leader. And again, there's no right or wrong answer. These are just some things that I go off of in my day-to-day routine. And I want to start with the first one is make sure that you ask questions without embarrassing the employee. Teaching moment, not intimidating employees based on your title. I've worked at a lot of places where just because you might be the vice president, president, a director, talking down on your employees, that does not drive the morale up. That drives the morale down, which causes us to lose our employees. So make sure that you pull an employee in. If you see somebody that's not doing the right thing, bring them in the office, sit them down, and utilize that time as a coaching, as a teaching moment. The other one is listen to all employees, coach everyone. There's no such thing as we're only coaching our top performers. We want to coach everybody. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes there's employees that you coach, you've spent a lot of time with, and they're just not coachable. They just don't get it. At that point in time, I think you really need to go back and assess the team that you want, not only just on the playing field, but in the work environment as well. The other one is schedule coaching sessions. Now, I'm not telling you have to do this daily. In my situation, I like to do a lot of my coaching situations on a monthly basis. But are you having those coaching sessions with your employees? Are you meeting daily? Are you meeting weekly? Are you meeting monthly? Are you meeting on a quarterly basis? Too many times, and I've been there before, I've done this myself, we do it to check a box, to say, yep, did a coaching session. We want to make sure that when you're scheduling a coaching session, you're getting something out of it. Don't just schedule a meeting to schedule a meeting. That happens too many times. The other one is be a good teacher. Assess the talent and do not be afraid to have the tough conversations. This happens numerous times in the workplace and in sports as well. You don't want to sit the individual down and say, you know what, you're just not cutting it. We're just, the report you sent me or the work that you're doing, it's not up to par, it's not up to speed. A lot of people don't like to get that negative feedback. Too many times you talk and it's constructive criticism, and some people can handle the constructive criticism much better than others. And there's some that can handle it, as a coaching moment that can take it in the next direction and in a distance you want to go. And there's some that once you give them that constructive criticism, they want to run into a corner, they want to sit down, they want to hang their head. They just don't take it the same way. So be a good teacher and make sure that you assess talent. Make sure you assign responsibilities based off of where their strengths are. If you can utilize everybody's strengths, it only makes a team that much stronger. And I think lastly, but one of the more important things is feedback. Don't just pull them in and give them, the negative feedback. Make sure you tell them and recognize them, thank them. If they made a mistake, correct it. But there's things out there that your employees do on a day-to-day basis that go unrecognized. We don't recognize people enough. And again, I go back to employee engagement. When we have positive employee engagement, when the morale is high, turnover is low. So again, for today, asking questions, coach everybody, be a good teacher in the way you assess talent, and recognize feedback and give positive and negative feedback at times as well. So again, follow me on Facebook. I appreciate today is just qualities of a good and successful coach and a leader. Enjoy the weekend. I'll see you again next week.